Hey everyone, this is What Time Is It Gaming? You know what time it is, that's right, game time. So today we're going to take a look at Gwent, one of my favorite card games. I used to be big into the EO mobile game, but I moved over to Gwent right about a couple years ago, especially with The Witcher. If you played The Witcher games, you know that Gwent itself has a couple different variations. It started as a dice game, and then it moved into a card game. Then they made Thronebreaker the game, which you'll see Shoop, the troll from that game, in this game as the shopkeeper. And you have some of the same cards, but with different specials or abilities and levels. So things have carryover, but it's kept changing time. And just kind of go over the basics, and then I'll play a couple games. I just made a Witcher deck with the new update and season, meta, and everything. So you can see here, we've actually got the Vesemir Mentor card right here. You'll learn some of the images. As you can see, he's wrestling a griffin. Looks like he's trying to stab it with a carrot. You've got my daily quests here, so obviously if I complete these two, I get 60 ore, which we'll go over what those do. Or if you play 60 neutral cards, you can get 2 keys. I don't really have a lot of neutral decks. There's actually a perk in a lot of them that if you have no neutral cards, certain cards will do certain abilities, so we'll get rid of that one and see what else we get. Okay, so then we have to win 3 as a Scoia'tael, which this is we'll go over the factions. This is the Northern Realms, this is Scoia'tael. This is your journey progression up here. This is your progression to the next level. So they're always 24, so I have 17, which you can get multiple ways. The easiest is by winning a match. This is your overall current rank in the game. I believe they start at 30. They go down to pro rank, which in itself is, you know, couple, I believe, in pro once you get there. And then this is your overall rank, which you can prestige up. It's 0 to 60, and then you prestige. So here's your basic opening screen. Again, you can see my stuff here, my Dead Lost Souls, my screen name on this, my username, and then you have different I'm gonna say here, you can add different things to your name. So you have your profile picture, you've got your ornament around it, which this is Geralt, the main Witcher character, as a little anime character, which I thought was funny with his armor. You have all these different avatars, you have borders, and then you have titles. This title comes from, unlocked it from getting Cyberpunk, another CD Projekt Red game. You know, my highest rank was I went to 8. When the seasons kind of reset, they push you back a little bit. So I haven't played in a little bit. You've got your wins. Good games is just kind of sending, you know, a GG good game back and forth through the characters, and then total number of cards had. Contracts are what you can do to earn extra points, and then your ranked score. Obviously they're trying to sell stuff over here. You've got your journey progression, which I'll go more into depth with when you click on the tab. Each week, I believe it's, at least here on the East Coast, in the United States, it's every Wednesday. They add another one until it's over. So you have your different missions that if you complete it, you get 20 points towards your journey, which I showed you earlier. You need 24 to level it up each time. So that definitely helps a lot. This is the free one up here. This is the premium for Alzur. It's $10, I believe, to buy it, or you can obviously add more if you want to get farther in or do whatever. They actually have a little story behind everything. We're not going to read all of them. But yeah, this is the 3rd season. So this is the journey here. You can see there's 0 to 100. Up top, free is mostly keys, so you can unlock stuff. You get different things. Premium, they give you cards and ornaments, and you know, you got chests, barrels, and mostly I do it for the cards. They give you some good cards that are big in the higher levels of game. But the keys are definitely important because the keys unlock ore, which lets you buy more cards, which I will get into now. Let's see. So you have your keys, you have your ore, which every 100 ore you can get a deck. You have your scraps that when you don't need cards, basically, they're automatically scrapped. Over here to your meteorite powder. This is to upgrade a card to be a premium edition, which is basically a moving card, and then this would be if you had any chests. So if we hit the key, for instance, these are usually your reward book, and they'll add different things for different like holidays. Like this holiday, they had one where you could unlock stuff with meteorite powder and get stuff, which was nice. And as you were winning matches, you were actually getting this as well. So if you didn't want to buy anything, technically you could load up a bunch and get an upgrade to a bunch of premium cards. So you have, this is the first one obviously that happened, and there's a bunch of the factions of Scoia'tael, monsters, Northern Realms, Nilfgaard, and Scoia'tael. And so as you unlock these, you literally go around, and each one's worth a different amount of keys, and they give you different things. The ore, you have different amounts of ore for different key amounts. You have the meteorite powder. You have the story nodes, which obviously I'm on the 4th one, so at the different amounts that you've unlocked in this reward tree gives you a different amount of ore. You get some chests, scrap, and then you have different characters. Now once you unlock the characters, which I haven't done on monsters, I'm not a big monster fan, even though V right now is currently one of the best decks in the game. You unlock these guys, you also get, I'll click on the this dude right here. You can see once you unlock him and you start going through it, you know, he's got an alternate skin here. You can unlock other customizable stuff. They have all sorts of things. This one's for like the Year of the Wild Boar, which all this stuff came out during the Syndicate, Iron Judgment. These are different kind of expansions that they've added. And now we have in the Year of the Rat, they did Master Mirror in the Way of the Witcher, which is the newest one. Let's go to the shop. I'll show you some stuff in the shop. So this is Shoop. We talked about Thronebreaker. I kind of mentioned it in the beginning. It's a separate offshoot of the Witcher, basically, Witcher universe. Some of the characters from Gwent and the Witcher are in there. And Shoop is a troll in one of the missions. And he kind of runs this little shop. And you have packs. Obviously, drop some money, and you can buy a nice little pack. You know, kind of give you a bunch of things that you need for you're looking for a certain deck. You've got ornaments. You know, you can buy these bundles. You've got Battleground, back some cards, you know, ornaments and avatars. Standard, you can get meteorite powder, and of course you can get card picks, which I mentioned. With the ore up here, if you have 100, you can get 1. If you have 1,000, you can get 10. Just math. You have premium stuff that you can buy, so these come with the moving cards. Ultimate, I don't really do Ultimate a lot because it's like every single card in the game. I prefer to narrow it down. So like right now they have Way of the Witcher, which is only Way of the Witcher cards, which is what most people are doing to build out their decks because these are all the new cards for the game. You got Neutral Factions, Nilfgaard, Northern Realms monsters, Skellig, and Syndicate and Scoia'tael. Now that we've that, show you some of the decks real quick, and I'll explain them, then we'll do some gameplay. So this is the deck builder screen. Super standard, pretty easy to navigate, which is really nice. You've got your decks over here. I have a bunch. You can name them different things. I just keep them the name of the basically your special game. So instance, Shieldwall right here is one of my favorites. You have the ability to put your shields on someone. It also raises their power a little bit. And basically, when a special deck is not as good, I just kind of don't use it. And then when it goes back to being good and you can alter it a little bit, I change it and you know, start using it again. That's why I don't really make a million decks. I just have one of each kind of special. So for instance, Precision Strike was pretty good. It's kind of gone down a little bit right now. You can see here, got unknown cards, we look at cards, and then you can see how it's pretty easy. These are the levels. So if you want to filter through the levels, you can filter. We've hit Precision Strike, so it's only going to have cards that can go in here. So this is a Scoia'tael deck, basically. That's what the leader special is. So you have Scoia'tael units, some syndicate unit, neutral cards, and then any of them. You have the crafting costs. You've got the kind of cards. These are stratagems. I call them advantage cards. Are first in battle. Find out later if I am lucky enough to be. You get to use these. Doesn't always mean you're going to win, but it definitely helps. You've got special cards, artifacts, such as this, that really a unit. It has no power, but it does certain special effects on the field. Stratagem. You got your ownership. You can show new cards, owned cards, unowned. Premium versus regular if you want to show them in a certain priority. The colors, bronze cards, as well as the card set. So these are the different packs, basically, the different packs that have added. Let's see. So before I get onto the actual Scoia'tael cards, just to break them down, I'm not going to go full deck, but you can see the difference between regular cards and premium. I mean, this is a good card that's pretty commonly, not for this deck, but this is all. Add it. So you see he's just chilling. It's a nice little picture. All the illustrations are extremely nice. So that's pretty good. And you know, if you use a card a lot like I do, I usually try it. If I have it, I try to upgrade it. But you see it's moving. Nice little premium card. Walking Tiger. I think this card's very pretty, but you never really use it in the game. Let's see what else. 5 Yarden. He's using one of his Witcher powers. Well, those are just some of the premium cards. Now, Scoia'tael itself is pretty much... Witchers are neutral, so you can use Witchers in anything. They're basically like elves, treants, druids. The Syndicate can also be used with anything. So you'll see Syndicate cards in here. You have dwarves. That's really nice. Back. And you have... This is the new Witcher deck I made. Uprising. This is mostly Witcher cards, obviously. Got a lot of Witchers. Geralt, got Keldar. And then there's some other cards in here. Not a lot, but got the Cadrian Knight. Got Radamant Royal Guards. These are just classic Northern Realms, which is, if you ever played the games or watched the TV show, the Northern Realms are pretty much like the human kings. Got Foltest is the main one with his sister, I think, died and had a baby, and the baby became the monster. That's his whole story issue problem. But yeah, he's Realms kind of guy. What else do we have? We also have Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard's super popular and really annoys me because of this lockdown skill, so I decided to make the deck. Basically, this locks out the other person's special. which always just makes it so much more interesting in the game, because you both can kind of have like a trump card kind of thing. It's never a guarantee because you don't know what the other person has, but it's always fun to try and do. I mean, this one is basically the Nilfgaard Empire. And if you've seen the show or played the games, you know who they are. But they kind of rely on locking people. Again, gets super annoying. It's fun to do to others, though. They rely a lot on bleeding, and you have these characters that are disloyal. Basically, you throw them on the other person's side, which actually gives them points, but it triggers abilities for you, so that's really cool. They have a lot of specials, too, like poison and such, like Masquerade Wall is a nice artifact here that you can throw down, and it unlocks different cards. You have Human Fangs. It unlocks, which you can poison someone, and 2 poisons means they die, basically, which can get some really annoying cards off the field. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Skellig, Patricide of Fury. There we go. Skelligs, if you played the games, kind of like the swampy. They're kind of like Nordic people, is the best way to say it. That's kind of like what they ripped off, is like Vikings. They live in like little island areas in the game, but pretty much they're strong warriors who love to fight, kind of thing. And they basically are all about damage, but not damaging you necessarily. They will damage you. A lot of them have crazy specials, like where is he? This guy, Orkvar. His picture was messed up, so I didn't recognize him. Let's say this, so for instance, this guy damages an enemy unit by 1 repeatedly until his damage. So if you're, let's say, plus 20, because you keep, giving your guy a boost, he'll knock him down 21. So he's where he started -1. So if he was a 5 and he was at 20, he'd knock him all the way down to 4, which is a pretty big hit. As you see here, for some reason the game glitched and made him the wrong picture, which that is this guy, the base warrior. They do a lot of bleeding. The reason for this is you can bleed your enemy or you can bleed yourself. Now you're going to say, why are you going to bleed myself? Well, that's because earlier, before I went off on a tangent, I said they harm themselves to do specials. So for instance, this light ship, he damages himself and damages one enemy. Or the greatsword here, he originally damages himself, and then whenever an enemy takes damage, he heals himself. So if you get, blood, you put bleeding for 3 on one person and they do 3 bleeding, he's going to heal 3 times over 3 turns as long as he doesn't take damage. There's a lot of things like that in this. They're really an interesting Skellig are really interesting to play. This guy is kind of like they have one in each faction. It moves along, so if he stays in the deck or in your hand, this is where I was talking about. If you don't have a neutral card in your deck, he will continue on basically and upgrade himself. So he starts as this guy, he becomes this guy, and then he goes to Herald the Crippler, which, as you can see, his abilities get a little better each time. But I was not looking for him. I was actually, again, this is whacked out the picture. I was looking for this guy over here. So basically, whenever you hurt yourself, this guy boosts. So you have to kind of use them in symbiosis to, use them together to boost your guys and take out their guys. What else do we have? We did Scoia'tael, Northern Realms, Nilfgaard, Skellig. Oh, and of course, again, I'm not a huge monsters guy, but this is a monsters deck here. It's not complete. I still need a couple more people, but basically the idea of the monsters is to dominate, man. They're all about being the highest. So the beast is a good example. Again, if this unit is not the highest unit, boosted by 2. So, if your enemy is at a 12 and you throw him down and they can't get rid of him, he's going to go to 14. A lot of these are consume. They will consume. The new Wraith doesn't, it spawns rats, so that was a bad choice on my part. Vargas does, though, here, consume allies. So basically, you would throw down, you know, a couple things, and they may eat each other, and, you know, someone might put a poison on one, and if they get poisoned again, they're going to die, so you would consume it. Right now, V is the main, probably the Witcher deck, and V are the main two top decks in the meta. Like, for instance, V is, he comes out, he's actually, I don't actually have him, which is annoying, but I'll show you the card to explain the game. He's right here. So, he starts at 8. When you use him, when he dies, that's the other thing about the monsters. They all have these death wishes. And if they die, which usually means you consume them, you gain their power, which makes that monster stronger, but they also have a death wish that occurs. So like the Foglet, if you he's death wish, you summon all you know, them from your deck, which is nice. But for V, super annoying when he dies. So when someone consumes him, the first time they bring him out, they consume him, they get +8. He goes back into the deck, he gains 3 power, so then he's 11. You know, and then you throw a whole bunch of different cards to try to pull him out again. And I've seen this card get up to like 27, and you're just trying different ways to just get him off the map, whether it's, you know, poison, you can banish them, you can do all sorts of things, but he is a pain in the ass. And let me do... final. Yeah, save even though... We'll do Syndicate. I love the Syndicate. They're not super strong right now. They kind of got beat up a little bit. But Syndicate's super fun to play with. Syndicate, it's kind of like a bunch of pirates and like the trash, like the underworld kind of people, the gangs and such. You know, if you played The Witcher and you went into any like the cities, they had all like the gangs, the Tide Cloaks. This is a Blind's Eye. So some of them are like hookers. Some of them are gang members. Some of them are just, you know, you have the sewer rat here. It's a Tide Club pirate. They're just really cool characters in my opinion. They really are fleshed out pretty well. I mean, they all are, but I really like personally this set of people. And they just work really well together. I think they're also cool to see on the field. You can see that I have a lot of premium ones because I like them. This is one of those journey cards as well. You see he grows up as a little boy into this little crazy lightning looking dude, and then he grows into this badass grandmaster. But their specialty isn't just how they meld and their different things. They get coins, which is really cool. They have a little coin pouch. You can use any of these cards with, they're kind of like neutral cards. You can use them with any faction, but the other factions don't really use the coins at all. So like you can use this fish tech, and you can poison a unit, and if you have Nilfgaard and you have Fangs of the Empire, and you use a second one, you can kill them, but you have 4 coins that don't really do anything. So I mean, you see you have these coins, and when you have a certain amount of coins, like the Passiflora Peaches, if you have it hoarding them over here, again, I really like how they show what each thing means, all the words that are highlighted, they show over here. You have at least 4, you're going to boost yourself by 1 at the end of every turn. Or Adriano the Mink. If you have 5, he gives you 2, but if you have 5 when he is spawned, you can spawn a Sly Seductress. You have, you know, Sea Jackals. They give you, you can boost them by 2, or if you have at least 7, so if you have 9, the first boost will be 3. And it's just a really cool gameplay. It's kind of a different strategy to it. Very interesting. So we've gone over all the basics of the cards, which I'll show you more in the game. Gone over the basics of the shop, the game. You know, you can have friends and stuff. You know, again, I show you the quests here. All this stuff. Back, and there is one more thing I'll show you. I'm not going to go deep into it, but there's draft. This is early access. It used to be, I believe, arena. Basically, you hit play, and then it goes into it. But usually what it does is you have to kind of build your own deck out of random cards, and then instead of like, you know, it's literally all random cards from all different things that normally don't get matched together, and you got to try to get as far as you can. You get rewards for it. So UFC wins in current draft. But that is for another day. So let's go take a couple games. Let's do some of this late night Gwent gaming. But just before we get into the game, I just want to show you there's training. You know, I think everyone should do a little training if you're not comfortable. If you played the game in The Witcher 3, which I thought was a great version, this is a little different, but basically the same without a melee arranged and a siege thing. There's 2 boards. The cards can go anywhere, and their specials are a little different. If you played Thronebreaker, it's very, very similar. Just again, watch the cards. They did have a lot of this. They do have a lot of the same cards, but the descriptions are different. Their powers are slightly different, and their specials are different. Trial of the Glasses. There's always a separate in the different seasons, separate from standard mode, just to switch it up, and they all have different things. So this is when you use a unit, it damages by 2, and then gets boosted by 4, which means you're basically boosted by 2. If it's a Witcher, the damage is not dealt, so all Witchers get boosted by 4. And then down here is just basic stuff. This is your change coin. You'll see what it is when you go over here. You can change it, and this is what spins when you want to pass your turn, or fully pass, or I should say end your turn or pass. You can change your background. It's different for different characters, and you can obviously buy extra stuff. I usually just use the default for certain things. These are different characters. You have different ones for each faction, or you can use things like Alzur or Geralt or Shoop. They're kind of neutrals. I don't have Ciri. I didn't really play the game during the last journey. He was the first. This is the third. Ciri was the second. And then you have the backs of your cards, which is faction-based here. There's extra ones. This is Year of the Rat. This is for Alzur. This is for Geralt. This was the winter special they had going. This is the Cyberpunk back. Actually, I don't want that one. Where was I? Get that one back. But yeah, and then you have to pick your deck. So where are we? I just made went through all of them and moved around the Uprising deck with the Witchers. Do I like this? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so let's play. Let's see. Oh, and then most important. So at least if you're trying to be ranked well, I'm ranked 10, not that high right now. I mean, there are 30 ranks, so I'm obviously in the top 1/3 besides the pro guys. But you know, I coming back to the game every season. You'll move 1 or 2 back. So I was at 8. Obviously, if you want to do a lot of journey stuff, if you want to catch up, every week they send out like 3 quests. So I am at week 10. And she's going to week 12, where I've done his faster because I don't have a lot of neutral cards in my decks. Because like I said, if you know a neutral card, some of them decks they have special abilities, which helps with that, with those cards that change. There's also some other cards, but those are the main ones. So you can go to unranked mode, or you can also, instead of training, it's nice to have a real person against you. You can just make a whole deck of neutral cards and just, you know, go at it and get it done, and win or lose, whatever, at least it'll be over. Other thing is, these fill in, and you actually collect them when they're done. Obviously, you need to win 5 matches, and it goes next. And then if you get on a streak, I believe it ups it. You can get 2 at a time as well. But let's give it a shot. Let's go into the game and let's see what happens. We'll play a few rounds. And I will do my best to explain. Like I said, I just made this deck. There is a couple online websites that are really good if you are interested in playing this game. And you can check out the different decks, but CD Projekt Red and the Gwent team actually have a pretty fantastic just breakdown where you can upload stuff straight to it and check out the decks that are in the high meta of the game. At this point, these guys are good where I'm at, but I wouldn't say they're amazing. So this is the breakdown screen. Each round you get to pick cards. You obviously start out with 10. Obviously you're not going to want the same card usually. That's how I roll. I try not to have the same card. Certain cards pull out other cards. So like Vesemir pulls out Eskel and Lambert. You don't really want them in your deck either if he's going to be in there. One of them's going to be in there. You have a time limit over here, obviously. And why not? Okay. So, well... So while you're on this screen, you see he's going first. This is his special. Leader ability. Spawn and play Woodland Spirit, which if we opposite click, he plays this thing for, it's 9. Gives 9. He's also got the boost allied unit and give Veil. So again, it shows you the red and bold what it is and what it does. So in order is this button when it's available, you can click it and you can use it basically. And then it boosts 4, and Veil gives it. You can't hit it with statuses. You can only just straight up attack it basically, which is very nice. Really nice thing to add if you have something that you don't want to be affected by, let's say, like poison, or you can take other things, can't think of the word, I apologize. But yeah, let's keep moving. So let's throw out... We'll throw out red of it. And this card's nice because it has formation. So basically formation is depending on where it is. It's in the back, it has 1 point added. If it goes to the front, its order can be done instantly. You can see our leader special here is you get 3 charges, so that means we can boost something 3 times, or 3 individual things, or 1 twice and 1 once. And then it plays a Lyrian Scytheman, which he boosts himself for each boosted ally. So besides the 3 that you put out, if there's anything else, he will also roll with that. And there's a couple Lyrian Scythemans in my deck. You can check out your deck here, which is really nice. You can also check your discard pile. Let's see what we got here. So this is my first time actually playing with this deck, so my best. Now you can see these guys that have adrenaline. That means when a certain amount of cards, so we need to wait to use his ability until we have 4 cards in our hand. He's adrenaline 4 as well. Use this, which basically lets us pick any card we want. I'm going to pick this card.
The wonders of projectiles and ranged weaponry.
This is the Griffin Witcher. He's pretty good. He's just kind of a standard card, but he's not actually 8. That was the card I just used. He starts at 4. But every turn, basically, you can damage a card by 1, and at the end of the turn, that when there's 3, you have 3 cards, he will block himself, so he can't move anymore, he can't attack anymore, but he will do 3 damage to a random enemy. So this guy, he'll boost an allied unit by 2, which they just put down a row effect of frost, so the highest unit in the row gets hurt every time. But let's try and do it. But I need to do something. put him in there.
Cries when he cow. Blue
So
ribbon.
basically, it'll go back and forth attacking them now. And I ran out of time. Fine. And then you can also, you know, talk. Not legitimately talk. I am right now, but you can kind of play some things. So if, you know... Like this, going down, and they all have their own way of saying it.
But
You also get awards for doing certain things like that, or giving good game at the end for a certain amount.
Naivety's a fool's blessing.
But this is showing how many cards are in your hand right now versus the start of 10, how much is left, how much is in your discard pile. That's what it is. His and yours. He's got 28 points, I've got 15. Obviously, whoever has the most wins. And then these will fill in half at a time to basically show won the round or whatnot. Yo.
My mentor's recipe says, cut the apples like so!
And so this, I'm not really sure what this guy's deck is all about. Normally with monsters, you want to try to consume and you want to dominate your opponent in strength. Now granted, he is winning right now. But normally, he wouldn't have so many cards, he would just kind of keep eating himself. So now, for instance, like Vesemir here, you know, he's at 5. So once he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and he'll boost all the cards, all the Witchers on the board, as it says, and the Witchers in your hand. So you put him down in your deck. Everyone's kind of boosted up a little bit. Now, there's a big issue. I don't think we're gonna deal with it with his deck because he's a monster deck. But if you're above 9 health, there is a Geralt card, which is actually in my deck right here. And there's other cards as well, but this is the most common. It comes literally with the starter deck. He destroys a unit of 9 or more power. So a lot of people keep him till the end, and if you have, you know, all your stuff consolidated into one card, notice how he's kind of spread out everywhere. Whether he intentionally does that, I don't know. I normally do. You know, your dreams could go down the tubes real quick because one card was pushing you ahead and it just gets wiped off the board. So it's best to always try to spread out your cards.
Nothing rivals stupid unicorn. Their hair, so silky.
He's ahead right now. I don't know. We may win or not win this round, but it's always the last round that matters usually. Basically, what normally happens is you win the first round, and let the next person win the second round, and then everyone kind of goes hard on the last round. But we'll see what happens. You know, it all depends. Play hit.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria.
Get this card, which the death blow. If you kill something, it purifies another card. Nothing really to purify on his side, so we just kind of kill the card. But what do we want? Which I could do more, but let's actually just get rid of this card. Oh, and then we got rid of Veil, as it purified. So again, Veil stops statuses from happening. Now we have 4 cards, so we can use Vesemir here. Get out Eskel and Lambert. So he thinks he's ahead, 44 points. We have 12 points coming out, basically. Plus, we'll get rid of 1 from here. And then I also like doing this because it lowers the amount of cards in your deck, so usually it helps you pick other cards if you need them. But yeah, so...
Not much left. What's that?
We'll drop that right there. And since that happened with the 3 cards, he lowered it. We now win this round, and we have 1 less card than them. So that's kind of how you want to leave it. I mean, obviously, if you have more cards and you win, it's even better because that means they need to win the next round. But right now, you kind of give it to them. It makes it easier. This card has Echo. That's why it came back. It goes to the top. Yeah, so you try to pick, you know, decent stuff. So this is good. This round, I'm basically going to give it to the guy. No issue whatsoever with that. I'm going to pick what he wants. He's going to use a card to survive this round, basically. See how I've won. And we still have, both of us have our leader abilities, our specials. So he's basically throwaway right here. He gets his 1, and now we go to the 3rd round where, what do I have, 6 cards? So we'll each have 9 cards because he just went down from 7 to 6. And we'll go from there. You can hide that as well and check what's actually in your deck, or like a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have a lot in my deck, so I'm not sure if I really need to change it. I'll keep what I have. We'll see what happens. Okay, so this is pretty standard as well. I can't believe I forgot this, but the monsters also have a move called Thrive. And pretty standard to throw these out because when a higher level card gets thrown out, they always fall. Anything with Thrive goes +1 at higher level. Let's see what we can.
For king and honor!
So we've got these again. He's throwing out more. They're very small, but they have Thrive, so in the end they can get very big.
The windmill. Its sticks spin around and smash you.
basically, you swap some cards there. And what these Witcher students do, basically, now I can put him down and start transforming
What's going
them
on about this Mark fella?
into what he was. So instead of 2, now they'll have, what's it, base unit 4. So as I showed you earlier, he has the beast like I did in my monster deck. He's also using his leader ability to kind of raise everything up.
Timing's the easy bit. Getting down's another matter. Can't see it getting any better than this.
Tony, I didn't notice your message. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, the NR Witcher deck, you said deck looks like, not sure what it looks like, but right now it is one of the higher meta decks. Me playing it is not the prettiest because I'm still learning it. A lot of these cards are new.
From here.
But, you know, do what we can.
Tell me what you see. And be specific, will you?
The windmill. It sticks spin around and
I'm
smash you.
definitely a Northern Realms guy. I play a lot with the Northern Realms. I like Shieldwall, which unfortunately has kind of lost its touch in the last couple weeks. Again, I also really like the Syndicate. I just like their people. Skellig and bad. Scoia'tael is not bad. Nilfgaard's not bad. I don't know. I just don't blend with them as much. I don't like the characters as much. That shit happens.
Can I come down now?
Oh, that was wrong. Yeah, that screwed up. Oh, we're good. Get this guy out because he needs that to do an order. Basically, you need at least one move to do. Yeah, there's a group. You can look it up. I just type in Gwent Leviathan into the into Google, basically into a search channel. They're fantastic.
Retrieve the bolt. I know.
They do all
I'm on
sorts
it.
of statistics and stuff. And I usually get a lot of my base play, and if I'm gonna learn the deck, I try to copy their deck a lot. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of Gwent websites you can go to. There's the main one that you literally can upload your deck, and you can just kind of check out what people are doing in the game, which I think is personally awesome.
We've the right
You can
above.
see where
Go
like their
beyond.
standings are and
Become
everything.
more.
It helps you just kind of break it all down and get into it. I might get my butt kicked this round. Because I'm still learning this deck, but I mean, the idea is to kind of keep jumping with the Witcher students and the Adept. This guy has all of his high cards at the end, which is impressive. I also have the Uprising still available, so we'll see what we can do. This guy takes this, grabs all of that. Heck. That's
I'm
this
much
for
better at
fun.
that.
My spirit's willing and how, but damn boots are killing me.
That. And then we'll wait to do the special at the end, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, this dude was crazy. I'm used to the V deck now. Not really used to the way he played Monster, the Monster deck, which was awesome. Really kind of switched it up on me.
Getting down's another matter.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna play him, I'm obviously gonna play
Let's get this over with.
Start boosting random people up. Throw my Lyrian Scytheman
A
down.
time to reap, a time to sow.
And we were defeated. But we defeated classily. Classily. So that guy, there we go. At least I got my neutral cards and my boost units. So we going up over here. This is the journey. Lost my one little thing in rank. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, again, he played Thrive. He basically played Thrive to boost up those points. And the Witcher deck here, I'm used to playing. If you're used to playing, the Northern Realms is really good at doing damage, but Northern Realms Witchers they don't do a lot of damage. They're meant to kind of just stack points. So my gameplay normally is a lot different, where I'm wiping out those small things before they get to become a problem, and then at the end he unloaded all the 8s, 9s, 10s monsters. I mean, this is my normal deck. Shieldwall, no, pretty good, but if you get deeper into the game, it gets beat up. This is just a straight Northern Realms, pretty much with no Witcher units. Yeah, if I had Yarden, it would have been great. I kind of dislike Yarden. It's a great card. I have it premium. I hate when people use it on me. I try not to use it on them, I guess. It's just, I don't know, I feel like it's a cop-out. But a lot of the decks, it doesn't really blend well. If you get a good run going, you don't need it. But yeah, a lot of these people have it as like a last resort, like kill-all, like just, especially for the Scoia'tael, if they have one of the moving decks where it's jumping back and forth, and there's all sorts of boosted stuff on one row. Yeah, you can wipe out some guy's whole ability. So this is my Northern Rounds deck. You can see I've got Boiling Oil. Let's not have a whole bunch of that. We've got the Drummer, which is super classic. Fyrax's Prince is the kind of the journey card as they kind of as it grows along. We're going to try and hold him because at the end he's really good. Let's see, go on again. Oh, it's Northern Realms versus Northern Realms. This should be good. Be that guy and tell him to hurry up.
The sky'll burn with the eternal fire!
Okay, so... Oh, I also forgot to mention, if you've never played before, people, you're watching this, this can be your match history. So if you're looking away like I was, you can see what they spawned. You can't see exactly what they did. You see he's got 2 cards. I've got one. He's got the other now. But you can see the cards that he threw down. And this is an archer. And at the end of every allied turn, as long as he's got a barricade, meaning armor, you're able to use him. So he's going to keep hitting me with that, and I'm going to take that out sooner rather than later.
Again and again and again.
I could have used the boiling oil on him. I'll save that for another person. He's gonna just waste all of his stuff on that. What I want.
Thank you. That was very kind.
Thanks, man. You have a good night too, Tony. Don't forget to subscribe, bud. I plan on doing it more. We can all learn together.
No audiences. King's Tower today.
Recharging. Ah, swat. Stop. Ah.
So as you see, it's funny because this is his archer that he gave me. His special with the formation is when he's inspired, so we can break these down again when he's inspired, meaning when he's boosted. He also gives armor instead of just the second boost. So we did the formation that boosted him instead of gave him the order immediately, and that gave him the power to put armor on him, which gives him, now that he has armor back, his barricade ability, which he gets a charge. So good for me, right? Now I get to beat this guy up. Sure, out here.
The wonders of projectiles.
We're gonna have to use Anna pretty soon. Maybe with the Carrick Marine combo, which devotion again is if there's no neutral cards, as I was telling you earlier. Neutral cards are a blessing and a curse sometimes. So instead of boosting by 2, he boosts by 4. So it's really important that there's no neutral cards in this deck. That was a nice move. My guy. Okay. We're still gonna put Anna Stringer in here. You know what? Put a shield on her. Now that she's boosted, she doesn't just one side, she boosts both sides. Unfortunately, I don't believe I have a card that will move him back, so he's just gonna chill up front, gaining points. I also did notice in the beginning that I had 2 done banner guys. Normally you would raise one of these and the other one would bloop, pop right out of the deck. But I have both now, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I'll probably play both of these.
Fine.
And then see what we... This guy's going all out on paladin cards. All my main cards are still in here. You've got the Carrick Frigate, you've got Falibor. Kind of really crappy draw. But that's part of the game, and that's what makes it interesting. It's fun, but it's strategy. So, brain game.
The sky'll burn with the eternal fire!
Let's see what... Got another one of the archer. Throw him down here. We'll do 4. We'll move to her again. bring her back up. And luckily, that was just luck, because that was random. I hit 3 cards, he locked himself, but he hit this gentleman right here. And he still does have 2 charges to hit me with, but he will no longer be adding charges, because he's no longer barricaded. Awesome.
Could have settled this amicably, you know.
Let's see. I'm gonna put the other dumb banner out here.
Alert! To arms!
Only 2 away, but let's see what happens. This guy can be a very good card. I showed him, he was in the last, well, but he's not used as well. This one can be, I think it's a 15-hit combo. He's trying to wipe out my guys there with that. He's not really going to do much. So basically at this point, I'm going to just give up. I'm going to have more cards than him. So in the next round, like I said, usually you just kind of let your opponent win. I'd rather save it for the 3rd and final round when I draw a grab card, basically, in this next round. I'm just going to kind of throw it away, and then see how it moved. It changed. Sorry, went off topic, but he changes every round, and when I get the good one at the end, you don't want it. So basically, the siege support I can change if I want. Don't want him. Oh no, I'll waste the Tritum Infantry. Super basic unit. Every time he's boosted, he does damage, but I have 2.
Awaiting your orders.
And he's not gonna break the game. Selkirk will be very helpful, as will this one again. Usually my combo is Amphibious Assault, which boosts and takes any card you want. He grabs Amphibious Assault. Amphibious Assault will grab him, boost him, I believe, by 5. So he's 8, and then he does another 4. He can add 4 boosts and something, so you're doing 8, 4. So it's a 14 swing, I guess. Okay, here we go. So we have him, so we definitely don't want Amphibious Assault because he can pull it out. Scoia'tael is awesome because she basically spawns something with a shield. So that's really nice. We don't need him. Oh, we got Boiling Oil. That's good. So it's always a great way to start here is Scoia'tael. Throw her down.
My great-granddaughter will do
And then
things.
you can put him down.
Left.
Now he's got a
right,
shield. She made a
left,
copy, so there's still
right.
another one in case something happens. So we have this gentleman right here, and again, like I told you, he damages 1 enemy every time he gets boosted. So basically the next step would be throw him down.
More red of it! To arms!
Selkirk's nice, he duels, which means throw him up front. He says, as it says here, some places, some cards are locked where they can be. And so, you know, he's locked to melee. I don't think he's locked to melee. This one's locked to range for its barricade special.
Best give up now!
So we're gonna do Boiling Oil on this guy, just to get rid of him. Perfect. Oh, and again, don't forget to say something. I think I might have already said something, but don't forget to do that, because it will, there is a contract that does it, like 20, 100, 500, 1,000 or something, and each time you hit a milestone, you get keys for it. Hope he doesn't have... Man, because I'm going to play the Fire Axis King, which every time you play a soldier,
Something, anything.
he will
Crown
basically...
all Karak is ours.
He will boost them. See, right there, boost the soldier. Also, he can basically make any player do their order again. So for Selkirk, which is one of my favorites, even if they're super strong, you can, what I like to do is put a shield on him, plus it boosts him, so their first hit doesn't cause any damage. Basically, a duel goes back and forth, so normally I'd hit, you know, if he was 8, let's say, I'd hit him for 7, he'd be at 1, and then he'd hit me for 1, but it doesn't matter, even if they're higher than you, because he's got a shield. And don't use the shield wall on Fire Axis King. It will boost him, but you would lose the shield, so it's kind of a waste. It's not looking too good for this guy, especially since I have my trump card right here, which I said is like a 14-2. This does
Awaiting your orders.
9, so this is a 4. Yeah, so it'd be 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 4, whoever I put it on. So basically, we get rid of him, and then just to be a jerk, because it's and we can tell him, watch this.
Watch this.
And then we oh, he gave up. See, he forfeited. they knew. It's okay. But see, that's the normal deck I play with, so I know it a lot better. I have to learn that Witch deck. Recently, I have been looking up, been working on the Scoia'tael deck, which I can have to show you guys. It's very complicated in a sense that if you don't know the cards, it's confusing because they jump around. It's all about movement. When they jump, they damage. When they jump a certain way, basically go from the range to the melee area. Or from the melee to the ranged area, they'll either dish out damage, they'll boost a card, they'll do something. Some of them slide left and right onto different cards. You have to learn the cards, or you're going to run out of time real quick. It's kind of like the Syndicate as well. You have to learn the cards and what their coin amount is, whether it's how many coins you need for them to boost or use a special, or how many coins you need to tribute to do the special. Just some of the decks are a lot harder. Like I feel like Northern Realms and Nilfgaard are a lot easier because Northern Realms is just basically like fighting, dealing damage. Nilfgaard is just, you have to know what they do, but the things are easier because you're just locking opponents so that they don't need to, they're not able to do the damage to you or the status to you or whatever. Skellig's really hard too. You have to get used to it because you're actually, like I said earlier, hurting your own people. Uh-oh. That's not good. Try it again. But yeah, this game, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to learn. But it's real fun. It can be really annoying and frustrating at times. You know, you could do one thing wrong, the game could lag, it doesn't swap out the cards right or something, especially if you're playing on mobile. I play this on mobile during the day. If I have time, I love it. A great way to pass time. But yeah, there can be those really irritating moments. You just got to stick with it. Know that no deck is perfect. I think when I was reading the statistics, it's something like the highest deck is like 60 to 70% win rate. So I mean, even the best deck, you're gonna lose like a third of the time almost. We just try to be smooth with it, try to be calm with it. Really just takes, you gotta look. I mean, one misstep using your special can ruin the whole game. It just takes time and you get used to it. Let's hope it proves interesting. Shoot, my man, shoot. Christmas shoot. And we've got Alzar over here.
I'll bow to your half-assed, self-proclaimed authority.
Alzar. So these are the cards for the Scoia'tael. Like I said, they've got some Witchers in here, some Dwarves, some Dryads. This is a Treant. 2. Well, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna have a couple doubles. We've got a double Witcher, Cat Witcher, which is not bad when it's matched up with this guy, who's the dull Fauna Sentry. When they move, he'll boost them, or if they move, when an enemy moves, he does damage, but I don't know if they're gonna move or not. I mean, I know that he's most likely not gonna move because of what he is. But action he is. This.
A wee hint.
So this is the Manlet. Super basic card. I used to play with it all the time in the beginning, but it really doesn't do much later in the game. But basically, you play a unit, it gives it armor. As long as it has armor.
Show me the coin or sod off.
And then this card, played that pretty well, gives a boost to a random unit in his hand. So every time his turn ends, one of these cards is going to go up 1. I mean, nothing crazy, but no. Let's see now. So get this set up. We'll do. Let's get the Cat Witcher set up. So you're gonna see he's at the end of the turn. He starts jumping. There's nothing in the ranged row, but I haven't set up. Well, I could have did it the other way to actually attack him, which probably would have been smarter. But I have it set up that I'm gonna have both Cat Witchers basically going opposite directions. He's setting up the same thing as me basically. Well, he's probably gonna set up that I take damage. Yeah. So. What we are going to do is... What are we going to do? What are we going to do? This does 5 damage. Obviously, that. But we'll do it anyway. We'll see what happens. We have our special here, which is basically damage. To any enemy. His is move an allied unit. And that was one of the things that levels up. Play a nature card. See what nature cards we
Have you seen a tune flying about, have you?
Hey, not with the Manlet. See, the card that you never think would do anything kind of change the tide of stuff. And then this, it just does random, so I mean, if it hits him, it will be good, because he's going to keep attacking my dude. Cat Witcher. Ugh. If I actually put him out, it'll be smart, and he'll basically go plus or minus every time. Say he attacks him, but it offsets it. But then she can damage him if she wants. This is also the boar. The boar moves forward and attacks by 2. When you move it to the back, it heals itself. So there, he finally got rid of him. Good for him. Now we're gonna throw another one out.
Are you fucking kidding me? Catnip instead of crowns?
I'm gonna get rid of him next turn. He passed. I'm actually gonna pass. And we'll come back in the finale round. Okay, so that's part of the secret special. Oof. Ooh, he's actually playing. Okay, this is interesting.
First, you must learn to fight.
Okay. Pass was it? Burn. He's actually going for it. He doesn't know the etiquette. Which happens. Okay. To play games. Here we go. Play some games together. Oh, and I hate this. My cards and damage it by 2, or move his cards and damage it by 1 between the row. It should be interesting because if I win and we're down to like no cards, then that means basically that what's the word I'm trying to say? It's,
Wind whistles, Willow's whip.
this here, so we can get rid of him and some of the other copy.
Ah, this will shoot through.
So you can see again here shows the rounds and the score. But this one on. Draw the other one out.
Hi-ho!
Oh, we are tied right now. But I can't not play because I have to win.
I hate you!
Basically, I have to win, or he gets 2 wins, obviously. So normally, if you're super far ahead and you're in the lead, you can pause, and they can kind of wipe out their cards, so you have a bunch of cards ahead of them. But unfortunately, I don't have that leisure, that availability. That so we don't use it, because I've done that before where you accidentally keep using your special, and let me tell you, it's miserable. I feel like a dunce. Okay, see, now they're passing because they realize. Oh. So we won this round. And I get to keep my 2 guys. This one I can get back in my deck because it goes along with my special. Basically, my special summons one of these, and I have 2 in my deck. If I kill, it doesn't matter if I kill anyone with my special, but when he does 2 damage when he comes out, if there's a death blow, he sends out more. So now, of course, I kind of have no choice but to do that. Do I have any? I don't. Oh. Of course, I don't have any dwarves in my deck, so that's not very helpful to me for this guy, fortunately. Play it, but normally you can summon an extra dwarf with it. I have used all my dwarves, so hopefully that doesn't screw me. It's little itty bitty things like that that can
Let's make this quick.
change the tides of the match. What do we got here? He's got Ivo. Okay, now he's got some features in there. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna play him because he needs. If there's a Dryad, as it says on here, he gets Zeal, which means he automatically can means he can go forward and hit this guy and do 2 damage. But he has to wait. So as he waits, I will then play this dude, which will then boost him every time he moves. And I can give this to the dwarf and give him supplies. Or see, he just locked me. It's really, really annoying. I'm gonna do this because as long as I have the Great Oak, I can at least do. What is it? I gotta see if I can damage someone. Well, it would be 2 plus 2, so yeah, we'd be able to get it done. I need to get him down to 2 left so that my these guys, the Sentinels, can kill him, so I can draw 6 out. Sometimes it's a little much math, especially at the late night. Trying to figure it all out real quick. And let me go. Oh, this friggin' dude. That won't. Let's do that. 1. Down. Over. Brings up 3. Gonna bring out a Witcher. Swap the cards. Okay, 8. So we're up by 5. Cards, though, that's an issue. May actually win. That. Let's see, what's he got? This guy's also going to jump and do damage, unfortunately. Oh, so he's going to put the Catman down. He'll do 2 damage.
Yeah, I work for the
He'll do some damage as well.
Better
so
than working for
probably
humans.
lose. That was a good match. I mean, got whole litany of mixed cards. Oh, see, he won by 1. Like I told you, if I had that extra dwarf card in the deck, it would have been a different story. We would have won. Those little itsy bitsy things that make a difference, but it was a good game nonetheless. See, I'm 3 away from hitting that 500. Yeah, the good games. And I'll get whatever, 5, 7, 10, 15 of these keys, which will be nice to unlock some more stuff. We'll do another game with that. That was pretty atrocious. We didn't really get any of the cards moving around. Oh, here's a syndicate. So they're doing
lots of prior
this is Congregate
experience.
here.
Worked with idiots my whole life.
Usually, what that means is they're doing the fire spawn, which is a specific kind of like the tide cloves and the blind eyes and stuff like that. And basically, they work on. I keep getting the dryas. They basically work on pumping out their soldiers, which are these fire spawn soldiers. So this is a Fallen Knight. I actually have one of these decks that's really good. Well, okay, I guess we scared them off. It was a pretty good deck until it kind of got nerfed. You basically would put a whole bunch of these units down that every time you spawned a unit, they would boost to kind of like thrive for the monsters. And as those were chilling there. That Fallen Knight had Veil, which means you couldn't put any status on it. You had to actually attack it. Which if you have a Northern Realms card deck is not hard. Any other deck can be a little difficult, beating and poison and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, the idea is you flood the field with these soldiers or footmen. There's different levels of these fire spawn, and every time you add one, they're like 2, 3, 4, you know, points, and then the other cards that get boosted from them are all going up by 1 each time you add one too. So it you kind of get blasted with a whole bunch of points at once. Interesting deck. It just unfortunately needs to be reworked into the system because right now it's garbage. Oh, I got the same card. I hate when that happens. Not the worst. So this is the first time we actually have got the advantage in the beginning. I have the Genie. There's a million different ones. This one literally opens up and it turns into the Lamp Jinn, which is like a whole nother unit. So, you know, I hold on to it like this because it can't be touched until you open it. If you need it, you get a 5-point unit. There's other ones that you saw one time. You have a boosted Veil, so it boosted, I believe, by 4, gave it Veil so you can't have statuses. There's one that will damage and lock an enemy. I think there's one that poisons an enemy. There's all sorts of stuff. So they help in to kind of push you over the edge as the first player to go. Let's do this, and this is going to kill me, which is fine. Or it kills me. Let me guys out.
Hi ho, hi ho.
I don't have any vitality character. Oh, he is definitely gonna die. Ooh, what just happened?
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection from them.
Oh, what happened? To use vitality, yeah. So basically, vitality for 2 turns. So for 2 turns it goes up. 2 turns it goes. Excuse me. Let's see, what else do we got? Let's put this here.
Style. That's right.
I like them when it
style.
moves forward. Boop. Now the vitality will work, unfortunately, so I have the 5 damage here, or I could get it from the discard pile with the Forest Protector, which is pretty dope. This was a card I got from the journey this round. See what we can do. Up 4, so it's a pretty close match. works. Put down a Dryad. That. And then next time we'll play the Treant. This. Get that out of the way. Cards. Not useless, but they're ones I can use better in late. He's gonna move back. And unfortunately they have nothing in their back row, so I have to wait for the board and kill this thing. And we'll get a little Iggy, a little Treant boar made of trees and leaves, which is dope, covered in blood. From fortunate Northern Realm soldiers. And we'll have them wipe out one of these. This dude's cool. He moves the cards. So if you place him in this row, he'll move all the cards to the other row that are units, and then he damages random enemies over here. Okay. Still have our 5 right here, so we can't forget about that. Basically, you pop him down. Got the Dryad here. So might as well get rid of him. These little circles mean they're doomed. So as we keep going back and forth, oh, she's down to 5 now, which is perfect. Play him and we'll knock her out. And he'll get boosted too, as you see it boosts allied treants by 2. He's doomed. Basically, go get banished. They don't go to the discard pile because they're just spawned from nowhere. As we get rid of him, we'll just kind of inch away at his. He doesn't have a lead, but inch away at his main points to us, and hopefully make it a larger amount, and maybe he'll pass and can save some cards. Uh-oh. Did he get rid of? He got rid of the boar. Of course he did, because he knew it would wipe stuff out. Okay. Play that game too. And again, we still have this as 5. So. Let's see what. So he did what I did earlier, the boost over here to try and get some points. He's 5 plus 2 armor, which obviously makes it hard to get rid of. Question is, what do I really want to like spend on this round? You know. So gonna flip him. Gonna put him down.
I admit I
He's
lost
gonna
my
move them
temper.
all to the bottom row. He's gonna start throwing out random damage. Cat Witcher's gonna hop up. He's gonna damage somebody. And now we've got what, a 7 split? These little things, the Lamp Djinn really screws up your opponent if he's not paying attention. I don't know, maybe he was, but all of a sudden you have an extra 5, an extra unit that did an extra damage. It all calculates into the end. But let's see, he's got 3 cards, we've got 2. He's got, still in round 1, and he's used 2 of his 3 charges, which is, sometimes you get recharged per round. His is for the whole match, so I mean, we've still got our units plus all of our are 2 guys in the deck, which add the 4 points to the one that already comes with the special.
Wind whistles Willow's whip.
Okay, so 20. My new guy, not cool, dude, not cool. Now we have 5 down here, so when I play him, I can do 5 damage. Something. And most likely, I'll just use basically out of his lead special. So there's always a point in keeping it just in case for some reason you get the crappiest hand. But if I have to use it to win, I will. Clearly they're thinking long and hard. Trying to find out what's going on. See, they passed, so they gave in. I have won the round, and I get to keep my great ent, a great oak tree, which is a treant, which is awesome. Again, I'll give him the next round, so we'll both be at 1 card. Well, technically we'll each get 3, so we'll be at 4 cards each. And then we go from there, you know, it's back and forth. I add. Hey, Gerza. Gerza's really good because he moves back and forth, but he damages opponents when he goes to melee, and he opponents when he goes to the range. But if you read the Adrenaline, when there's 3 cards left, he affects everyone in the row. So he'll do 1 damage to everyone in the row, or he'll do boost 1 to everyone in the row, which is awesome. Nothing super crazy, but definitely can help when you're talking. If you have 4 or 5 cards, you're talking about 4 or 5 boosts, and they're all to each individual card instead of putting it all on 1 card, where you can have a card like that Geralt that I showed you that wipe it off the map if it's over 9. Now he did a smart thing. He played a card with resilience, which means it'll pop into the next round. So he's kind of got a 5 card lead right now, which is awesome. Oh no! It played my 2 things. So I basically have to get rid of these cards. Isn't the worst. I mean, do we still have? Yeah, so I can play him. See, these are part of the special for the Legion special, so that when you, whoops, sorry, not showing up, but when it summons the Dryad after the 3 shots and you kill something with it, it'll pull those out. So it's basically a 6-card swing, plus you've done 3 damage plus 2 damage is 5 damage. So it's really 11 swing.
Bloody Krakini.
Okay, well, So this card's kind of trump card. You just banish a card or a unit. So if he's got one that's like crazy strong, I'll just wipe it off the map.
Get out, you baldy-faced baby. A wee hint.
And obviously,
Danny
he's
Jiggleless.
most likely going to attack him, so when he attacks someone else, it is zeroed out and he just dies. That's what I would do, at least. Tell him to hurry up yet?
Whole day not got.
Let's hurry.
Yeah, so she got rid of that as I expected. Go for it. Get rid of him. Have him jump forward. Hopefully he'll kill him, but you never know. Here we go. I got lucky. That was just random. So. Symbiosis, when you play a nature card, spawn a wandering tree in. Okay. I put him out, so now every time that he moves, damage will be done, and he will also be leveled. And we're going to play him next because at 3 he'll update everything basically. So he should jump with Cat Witcher though, so that every time he'll upgrade the Cat Witcher as well. Don't want to wait too long to use my special, but I want to make sure there's no crazy cards that get thrown out either. Which is totally possible. It's happened before. You just get something you don't expect. Not sure what it's called. Oh, there goes the Cat Witcher. Oh, not the Cat Witcher. Okay. I went a different route, but okay. Let's do this. Let's 1, 2. Okay. We're gonna put him down. Get rid of them. They're all gonna jump up. And play this Scoia'tael. Grab this card. We're gonna lay it down flat, and this card's gonna keep boosting everything. Now next turn, we're gonna put down this card, and he's gonna boost all of these cards. So let's hope that that turns the tide. And then obviously he's got the level 8, so if that's the highest card, we'll use the Karathi Heat Wave. We can also use the Great Oak to either attack a card or boot itself to win. What we can do. So this is +3, which I'm not really worried about again. We can just get rid of any card we want, basically.
painful mutation process. Improved it.
See, it's been a long time since he did everything. We've actually used all of our orders and specials. Once you play your card, it automatically flips to the next player, which is nice. Makes it easier. See what's gonna happen. He's got me up by 5. Trying to boot all these treants. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can get rid of one of these. It's 6. And what's gonna happen is they're gonna jump forward and attack. He's gonna jump back on the last turn. And boost all these, so we're definitely going to win. Plus, I'm going to get rid of one of these with a Karathi Heat Wave. There's no way he can beat me. Let's say I'm 99.9% sure he can't beat me. She's going to jump over these guys, add 1. He's going to do the whole freaking row. And then I could just get rid of whoever the hell I want.
Nothing grants a real beauty.
He's
excluding the folk, of course.
And then I like to be that guy sometimes where I write well played.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, he
Like
speaks
rocks.
in gibberish, so people might not know what he's saying, and then I'm going to tell him the word.
Look. Now, shoot 20 card draw.
So he just disappears. They jump back. He does that. She jumps over and moves him. He moves everybody else, and we win. And good game. Got 2 to go. Let's get to that 500, and then we'll call it a night. Also, we're going through all the journeys, which is nice. Gotta kill 5 units. No, we can get it. Okay. Well, now got that done. Yeah, we'll keep it going with this deck. Keep it going. We'll see what we can do. Just so many decks, there's so many things to play with, there's so many ways. I mean, where I'm at rank 10 right now, you can probably play with anything and kind of mix it slightly. You don't need to be so precise because, you know, it's not level 30 where people don't know what they're doing, but it's still, you know, people are still testing stuff out. Oh, this is good. I like this. Oh, and we have the special start. So my favorite way to start is when it happens and it falls in your lap. You do Novigradian Justice, which summons this muscle spawn guy with a shield, and then you do one of these guys, and when there's already a dwarf out, he summons the other one. So you summon basically this guy with 1 card, and then both of these cards,
We're the best
which then makes it
regiment in the
easier to
whole
pull the other
blowing
cards out of your
north.
deck on the draws because there's less cards. Plus now we've got, this is 5 technically, so you got 20, you got 10, you got 18 right there. If they're not paying attention, they think it's 13 because they don't realize I can flip that over.
We'll pay men back for their persecution.
Okay. One of the doors got moved. Oh, let's go like this.
Have you seen a fuse lying about, have you?
And we will see what happens. Plays a card. Get one of them, the 2. Either that one, that's 3, will die, or the other one will get hit with 4 damage. So that's the one that obviously got leveled up, I think. Every ally turn on turn end boosts health by 1 of this. Yeah, so this is the one that got boosted. Let's see what happens. So now he will not go up because he is not boosted, but I'm sure he has another way of boost all units and by 1. Okay. I do normally split them up. This one is a little different, this kind of deck, because they jump around, but a lot of times, especially if they're all boosted, you don't want them on the same row. There are cards that can just wipe out all your boosting, which obviously is no good. So we'll start with the Cat Witcher.
Yeah, I work for
get
the
moving around.
Better than humans.
On this card, for the Scoia'tael deck, for this kind of moving Urza Witcher deck, when you have Gaetan, obviously you want a lot in one row so we can throw it to the bottom and then unload the damage on the other side.
A cat may close his eyes, never his ears.
This dude, Cat Witcher, self by his row. Okay, so it's kind of. But basically, the Karathi Heat Wave you don't want to use. We're gonna do this guy, so that whenever he
Chaos
jumps,
Melon Shake.
gets boosted. I mean, we're so far ahead right now. I feel like we could pass early, and he'd have to use 2 or 3 cards just to get where we are. And he could come back, but yeah, see, he finally passed. It's stupid. Also, if you click anything on here, use a special or use an order, you automatically have to play a card. So if I had clicked this or done that, I have to play a card, which means I'd be 1 card down, basically. I'm 1 card down right now, but he'll use a card. I'll be another card down, which obviously makes it harder. So watch out if you're playing. Because that was something that got me a lot in the beginning. I'd play a card because I was forced to, and I'd be down a card. I'd be down, and you can win. Play it right, but it makes it a lot more difficult. Oh, of course, doubling up. And this card isn't bad because it can boost any ally, but if it's a dwarf, it gives it armor, which is always nice. I'll keep them in there, though. If I want to use Gaetan, that means you just have 3 extra cards loaded up. Know what's coming. Oh, I'm gonna pass. That's what. See, I'm not even thinking right now. Late night gaming is always fun because you have to deal with a little bit of psychosis and insanity. Oh, he's whipping out the squirrel. Nice. Basically, the squirrel. Squirrel basically goes into here and banishes a card. Which is not a bad idea if you're playing a deck like V, where the idea is to keep Death Wishing. Granted, V goes straight back into your deck, so that wouldn't work, honestly. But if you have a card that keeps, coming back from the graveyard, you can use that card to get rid of it. There we go. That makes me feel a little better. Perfect. I should have another one, I guess. Which I can get with, I have a nature card as well? I do, I have a bunch of nature. be my Dryad for Treant. Oh, also, if you win a round, you automatically go first. So I won the. I happened to be chosen to go first. We started, and that's when you get that special stratagem. I won. I went first. I passed so that he could waste a card and we could go full war on the third round. Because I passed and he put the card out, he beat me, which is why he is now going first. Oh, I hate this card. Just looks like it's things burping into his face. Okay, so we are going this.
Style. That's right. I like fighting with style.
Call out the guy that makes him power up. Just probably play her after, so I can play the Treant. We have to kind of wait until the end for him. We don't have to wait, but he's more effective later on.
For young is the night.
Oh. I hate this card. Not the worst, but they get the highest card in their deck, and I get the lowest. So one of my special cards popped out, which is fine because he does 2 damage. But not something I'm striving for.
Kayam!
This card is very good, but annoying at the same time because it always moves right. So basically, you always got to put a card in front of it, unless you have. I sometimes try to do alternating moving cards, and that way there's always something for it to move. So, for instance, I'll move it here, and you will see that when the Witcher moves up, it'll move first, it'll attack, it'll get boosted, then she will move over it and boost it. So, watch the craziness happen. Whoop. Oh, she didn't. Maybe she moves first. Or it moved. Maybe I miscalculated that one. Right there, we'll see if that causes my demise. Got there. Same card. But really, I just needed a Dryad. That way, I can put him down. And it auto moved. Got the Rowdy Dwarf now that I want it. We'll do it. We'll start working on him. Rowdy Dwarf has a defender icon, which means he's the only one in the room. Okay, so she moves first. Matron moves first. See, these are things that, if you forget, it can make or break the game. So hopefully that isn't gonna hurt us in any way.
Words right there.
He keeps drawing cards. It drives me crazy. Play with what you got. And I know that's why he made the deck, but still. We're gonna draw a nature card, and then I'm gonna wipe this out. I could wipe him out too. Oh no! I'll have to wait. I will have to wait. Oh, we can't because that's stupid. Oh, we got it. What's that? Let's do that. And she'll move over. Oh, and by the way, the Treant board is pretty cool because when he goes to the back row, he heals himself. Obviously, he's boosted, but if he was injured, it would go back to his base of 5, which is not bad. Which is why a lot of times you'll see people knock him off the board real quick because he might do 2 damage and then he heals himself and it's annoying. Now this could be a problem because you have every time it moves, including this one, yeah. So let's see, how do we want to do this? So that gets rid of 1, and then next turn I can use this and play a nature card, which will obviously be a nature rebuke, which will do 5 damage and get rid of one of these dudes. As well as once I load these up, I can play Gaitan to move them all to the bottom row and then kind of wipe them off the map.
Lady Esne won't let us talk to strangers.
Back. Which I'll do Urza first, excuse me, Gurza, because it'll be set, and then I'll move him. It gets difficult. Not difficult, but it gets interesting at the end because you start running out of room. I believe they hold 9 cards each. So you can see I have 5 here and 5 here, so if I can't only really move 4 with all these things also jumping around as well. See, he's doing the same thing that I was doing. This.
To play with my prey, I enjoy that.
I mean, from what I can see, he can't really come above me unless he does Yarden. Get rid of this crap. That's why I try to keep these guys not on the same board, because they're both so high. You only pick, either you pick one to kill or you wipe out a whole board. See, these are 13, 14, so I'll just take one off. And they have so much health. This route.
Ah, fucking pitchfork. Seriously?
Issue is now these guys are stuck, so was not the best thought on my my end. Should have probably went the other way. Yep, see, there we go. Yarden, told you. He's gonna do this row. Knew it. So I was wrong. That one move screwed me up, and that's how he's gonna win. Well, we'll do this. We'll do Karathi Heatwave. Get rid of that. See what happens. Oh, he can't he can't move, so I guess he just keeps attacking, which is pretty funny. Yes, get rid of them. I don't know what just happened, but that was awesome. Move him forward. 5, 6, 7. I don't even know if I can take him out. That. Plus this. Plus they're gonna attack. There we go, we won! See, I told you we'd win. I didn't have faith in myself. He helped me do it by wiping out that first row. If my guys couldn't jump back and forth, I was a goner. So thank you, Reek-Teak, the Cardsmith, level 9, for helping me win. And as you see, I finished my journey quest here, so now I have to wait till the following week. Like the first round when they did it with Geralt, I blew through it so fast that I didn't even finish all the weeks. I did like 2/3 of them because I got to 100 so quickly. Oh, there we go. I completed all the weeks, so there are no more, I guess. Which gave me 20. See how many coins? See how many? It gave me 20. Plus, you can keep unlocking. You see what I started 76, 78, whatever. Now I'm 83. You actually have to. The annoying part is you have to actually go into Journey, and it unlocks them all for you. So I've gone. But I go 4, 5, whatever it is. And this is actually unlocking the keys, the barrels, all this other crap, the ornaments and the avatars and stuff. But now I have 37, which is just mind-blowingly large number. So I might as well go through, finish all this stuff. I tend to start them, the reward trees, to collect certain things, and then my OCD kicks in, and I have to finish them. Start getting different rewards. Achievement. Oh, we're missing one. One away. You believe that? One. Let's see what we can be. This one has 2. That's driving me nuts. Oh, 5, 5, 5. That would have been one. Should have fit. Let's go over. This. See if we can get V. I really didn't want to have to create him, but we have enough points now. 800, but we can get 11 packs. Let's see if we can get them. Try out that monster deck.
Smash, smash!
Plus we got all these other random things that we just unlocked. Oh, one thing we haven't done is actually open kegs. So basically you have the different kind of kegs which have different kind of stuff. It shows you what the cards are. So you've got Nilfgaard, Northern Realms, you've got Scoia'tael. These are basically base cards, and then these are special cards. Now sometimes they're base cards, sometimes they're actually special cards. So like this guy's moving. This is a premium card. So I have all these cards. It says 2, 2, and 2. I don't have a premium, so I'm obviously going to try and get this one to complete my collection. If I have them all, these are syndicate backs. If I have them and they're over the limit, I'll scrap the cards. See, I have all these. See, this is good. Card. That's when it shines, usually special. Doesn't look special to me right here.